Have you ever encountered something that makes you shudder and is completely beyond our normal comprehension? Today we will look at some strange encounters and mind-boggling natural phenomena in these mysterious videos that will chill you to the bone. Number 10. In Mexico in the early 2000s was Seline Delgado Lopez, age 18. She gained popularity after appearing in a missing people infomercial, which was aired during the break between morning cartoons in the 1990s. The advertisement said that she vanished from Alvaro Obregón on April 22, 2001, and it begged anyone with important details to come forward. In 2020, dozens of Facebook profiles claimed to have received a message from an unexpected friend. Nobody said to be familiar with the woman or to have accepted her friend request. But the name Seline Delgado Lopez was the name that brought back memories. And the woman in the picture appeared to be considerably older. Following some research, it was discovered that the Facebook communications were actually a collection of fictitious profiles created by someone posing as Seline. However, that doesn't explain why so many people's attention has suddenly been drawn to this missing person from more than 20 years ago. Prior to the appearance of the strange Facebook profiles, the TV station Canal 5, which aired the infomercial in the 1990s, had been publishing thought-provoking and unsettling videos on their Twitter account, which they quickly removed. Seline was referenced in one of those videos, bringing her name back into the public spotlight and perhaps serving as a catalyst for the Facebook imitations. But why on earth would Canal 5 utilize a missing person as part of a sinister marketing effort? That's when the bizarre part of Seline's story starts. See, some folks don't even believe that the Seline in the advertisement exists. There aren't any reports of missing people, no last known location, no family members spoke up. So, who is in the picture? According to photographic evidence, however, it's possible that the image of Seline was generated by AI and police sketches to produce a new image. Has no one seen because she didn't exist in the first place? Second, thousands upon thousands of people disappear each year, frequently with no known cause. Many never even appear in their hometown newspapers, much less on national television. The more you investigate this case, the more questions there are. Number 9. Late at night, the road might be unsafe. You're exhausted and it's dark, so if you're not paying attention, a sharp bend could catch you off guard. However, the actual worry of this Japanese cab driver was more what might be inside the car rather than what was outside. One evening as he was driving about, he stopped as though to let someone in. Keep an eye on the door. It opens and closes, but nobody goes in. A moment later, he's entering a tunnel when a dark figure in the rear seat behind him. The moment he emerges from the tunnel, the apparition vanishes once more. The driver's relief, though, is brief as the figure reappears shortly after, and this time, a young woman's features are quite visible. She appears to be a character from a terrifying Japanese horror film, but at least she doesn't appear to be wishing the driver any harm. Perhaps she's been stuck in a never-ending cycle for years, trying to find her way home. What do you think? Is this a hoax or a genuine sighting of a ghost? Tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 8. Have you ever witnessed something so bizarre that you thought it might be supernatural? Andrew Dawson, a TikTok user, never thought his life would be the same after he recorded something odd on top of a Canadian mountain range. He reported seeing a real giant. Andrew claimed that the CIA was pursuing him in a series of follow-up videos. Among other things, he kept seeing the same man in public and saw strange cars stopping outside his house. And then all of a sudden Andrew stopped posting for around a month. Before he made this startling news in June 2022, people were quite concerned about him. He stated that his videos were fully scripted. They served only as amusement. People quickly noted that in his confession video, Andrew continues sending these knowing stares off camera. It's as though someone else is directing his words. We only know that Andrew only made 2 further posts following his supposed confession. 10 days later, the first of these videos was uploaded. You might not see my posts ever again, he says. My videos were real. Following a caption that was just as mysterious as the video, Andrew's fans were soon more concerned about him than ever. Regardless of what he stated, though, Andrew would make one final post, back at the mountain where it all started. Only this time there's no giant, only a mystery structure there instead. And that was the last time Andrew Dawson was heard from. Ultimately, we are genuinely unsure of what happened. Number 7. In a video posted late one May evening in 2022 on the Chinese social media platform Douyin, locals in the little city can be heard screaming as everything above them becomes red. The local meteorological bureau claimed that light refraction was the real source of the apocalyptic sky. There is more water in the atmosphere when the weather is suitable. Aerosols are created as a result, and they are microscopic liquid droplets suspended in gas or air like mist. Zhoushan is a port city, so the red lights from the fishing boats that passed by reflected off the aerosols and dispersed throughout the sky. There have been other strange occurrences reported in China. Traffic in Nanjing came to a complete stop in 2013 as an odd foamy liquid started seeping out from under the street. The pavement at the Wendy Baiyun Lane crossing started to break and crack at approximately 9 p.m. Then this putrid-smelling blob began to emerge out of the crack like some kind of nightmare. The overflow quickly expanded to 165 feet in width and more than a foot in height. Firefighters and police raced to seal off the area before it could have a chance to become sentient, and the strange residue was hosed away without any meaningful explanation. Later, China's propaganda ministry issued a statement saying that there had been a leak of a substance used to soften the ground in preparation for the construction of a nearby subway. Number 6. In 2022, unusual objects were observed circling Motherwell, Scotland's ordinarily typical sky. A slight smoke trail can be seen if you examine attentively, hiding the strange light. Now, that wouldn't occur unless the object flying around had a flammable substance on it. Later that evening, there was a brilliant green darting light in the same spot, and it looked nothing like any fireworks I've ever seen. Currently, neither aircraft nor military installations are in the area. What then was the exact reason for this enigmatic sky display? Well, one explanation is that thousands of pieces of space debris, such as satellite parts that were discarded after orbit, are drifting around just outside the atmosphere of our planet. Any of this debris has the potential to explode like a meteor if it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. Electrons in its atoms receive energy from the fire when it burns, but they are not able to store this energy for very long. When they release it once more, it takes the form of specific light wavelengths, and copper is coincidentally green. Number 5. It's common knowledge that your wedding day is the most significant occasion of your life. Till death do us part isn't a vow to be taken lightly, after all, but a video of a couple exchanging vows in Indonesia went viral when the bride appeared to have a strange change in behavior. If you pay close attention, you can hear a terrible screeching sound right before the bride loses it. What might have happened there? Even if the last notion seems absurd, a lot of the responses appear to hint that witchcraft may be involved. Some people thought it could be a deceased relative or an ex-partner who doesn't agree with the couple's union. And as soon as the video started to become popular, its original uploader quickly removed it. Number 4. In Shrewsbury, England, residents discovered a massive cobweb had taken over a huge bush in a parking lot when they woke up one morning in May 2023. The size of the spider needed to spin that would be enormous. Fortunately, it's not a giant spider, nor is it a Halloween decoration. It is, in fact, the caterpillars of ermine moths at work. As the larvae hatch each year, they construct a massive web composed of hundreds of thousands of sheets of silk to shield them from predators and allow them to grow larger. After the moth's successful transformation and departure, the web breaks away. Number 3. An urban legend known as the Backrooms gained attention in 2019. The Backrooms is an uncanny dimension of existence that resembles limbo, where people can experience a malfunction out of reality. The Backrooms are typically portrayed as completely deserted places, but there's something strangely compelling about them that makes me feel strangely drawn to them. And out of all the videos uploaded to TikTok in April 2022, one really drew my attention. The poster noticed an odd hole in their wall that was leaking a substance that was unidentified. The material was purportedly the consequence of an overabundance of energy brought about by a gap opening up to the backrooms. Furthermore, what's behind the hole gets clearer as the camera approaches it. The backrooms are more legends than reality, and this film is most likely fake. Still, what if? Number 2. In Gladwin, Michigan, temperatures in January 2019 plummeted to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and, on the Cedar River, this happened. It's like some big UFO landing pad for ice aliens. Just 1 week prior, dog walkers' attention was drawn to a stretch of the Presumpscot River in the vicinity of Westbrook, Maine, when an enormous whirling ice disk spanning 100 yards appeared in the water. To be honest, we're not really sure what's causing it. Scientists have theorized, at best, that it may be related to variations in the water's temperature below. Consider this: hot air rises, cool air descends, and a tornado is created when the two collide. This may be similar, but considerably with water and slower. Do you have any theories about how these enormous ice disks came to be? Let me know in the comments below. Number 1. Mud is not flammable, is it? Contrary to what I initially believed, this crazy footage was taken in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, and it's not a portal to hell. The Yangpu Pond is home to an active mud volcano. These little volcanoes are scattered throughout southern Taiwan in many numbers. They are created when intense rainfall and the enormous pressure of the tectonic plates beneath the globe combine to transform the entire planet liquid. The resulting sludge is primarily composed of water and organic matter, which provides bacteria with an ideal environment in which to grow. And bacteria then produces an extremely flammable gas called methane. This was actually lit by a local man as a small demonstration. Witnesses reported that the mud burned for approximately 5 minutes until the gas ran out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more.